Hello everyone, and welcome to Prairie Wolf Press. I'm Eli Etherton, and I'm here with Eli Etherton, the 2023 Indoor NCAA Division III 60-meter hurdle national champion. Alright Eli, so how does it feel to be a national champion?
Man, I'd say it feels pretty good. I put a lot of hard work into it, and it's just really nice to finally have some payoff.
So could you give me a little background, just going into this season, just thinking about looking into the future, what was going through your mind this whole season?
Before, like in the middle of the season?
I'd say before.
Before, I had no idea how well I was going to run before the season. 4 months ago, if you told me I was going to win the national championship, I would have had no idea, and I would have not believed you. But after that first meet, when I ran pretty well but still had a lot of stuff to fix, I just kind of knew in my head, back of my mind, that I could do something pretty good this season.
So when did your track career begin?
It began technically in 7th grade when I ran during middle school, but I did not run in high school at all. I picked it up again freshman year of college.
So you're saying during high school you didn't do track at all. So what were some sports that you did in high school that you were passionate about?
Well, I started off playing football for Lincoln East, but then I got a concussion my freshman year and decided maybe that's not the best course of action. So then I got into lacrosse a lot, and so I played for Lincoln Rampage for 3.5 years, if you count COVID.
So could you give me a little rundown on the different disciplines that come with track compared to lacrosse?
Well, the main difference is for Lincoln Rampage, we were kind of like a club team, so we didn't have like a weight room or anything. So coming into track and field, the main difference was that I was in the weight room and I was getting stronger and not just working on fundamentals. But I'd say track is a lot more explosive, at least my event, because it's a short sprint. It's a lot more explosive, power focused, whereas lacrosse was more team oriented, and then I also had to have a lot of endurance just because we're running back and forth a bunch.
So there's a lot of events in track. There's pole vault, all this stuff, jumping. What made you get into hurdles?
My father, because he ran the hurdles when he was here, so I just wanted to kind of follow in his footsteps.
So you're talking about Scott Etherton.
Etherton.
He won in the 55-meter hurdles, correct?
Yes.
National champion. Could you tell me what year that was?
I want to say like 87, probably, one of those.
So he's coaching you, he's trying to make you better. What's it like to have your dad as a coach?
Well, I'd say he does a really good job of kind of keeping the fact that he's my father separate from the fact that he's being my coach when we're at track practice. So I would say it's not any different than I've had from coaches in other sports and stuff like that.
And who are some other coaches that are part of the coaching staff that have had an impact on your athletic career?
Ted Bowling, a big one, who's also my godfather, but he's been really encouraging and helpful in getting me to where I am right now. And then also Derek McKenzie, call him D-Mac, shout out. He's helped me a lot with my running form, and then just kind of, he's the coach that I see every day because he works with the sprinters, and so he's the one that kind of gets me going when I get there and everything.
So Ted Bowling, he's been here for 40 plus years now. What is some knowledge that he has given you throughout your career here?
I'd say the biggest thing that he's helped me with was after I broke the school record, we were up at SDSU, and he told me to just take things one day at a time. Don't focus too much on conference or the national meet. Just keep trying to, what can I do today to be better than I was yesterday? And so I think that helps me a lot in getting where I am.
So transferring into the national champion, .001 was the difference between you and second place. And I know a lot of things were going through your head while they were reviewing those results. Can you just, what was that moment like for you?
Incredibly suspenseful, but at the same time, my warm-ups pre-race had not gone the way that I wanted them to. And so to even be in contention to be in first place, I was really happy with that result. So
what was your thoughts while you were stepping up to the first place podium? Did you have a connection or talk with the second place person while you were getting those results, or was it just were you by yourself just trying to kind of comprehend what was going on?
Well, right after we finished, because I'd seen him in my peripheral and he was just right there, I congratulated him and was like, hey man, that was a really fun race, you're pretty quick. But I didn't talk to him much after that, although there were 2 other people from ARC that I've ran with quite a bunch. And so, not necessarily when we were at the podium, but in like the seats they have you sit in before you get up to the podium, I was having some nice conversations and they were kind of congratulating me and everything, so that was nice.
Do you have any pre-race superstitions or rituals that you go through?
I don't think so. The only thing that I try to keep consistent between races is how I like get into the blocks before we run.
Could you give us a little rundown of that?
Yeah, so I'll start standing behind my blocks and I'll step on top of each one as I'm going over, and then I'll kind of jump up as high as I can, and then I reach down, I touch my toes, and then I go into a squat, and then from the squat I kind of push myself up and back. I've been told I kind of look like a spider monkey, but I push myself up and back into the blocks.
So word on the street is you're really into singing. Is there any music that you listen to before meets, or like a specific genre of music that you enjoy more than others?
Pre-meets, I have a specific playlist that I have timed out perfectly for when I warm up and when I start hurdling. It starts kind of like some light classical music to kind of relax me, and then it gets into like heavy orchestral and very intense music once I actually start getting in. So that's what I like to listen to before I run.
So what are some goals now that the indoor season's over and we're transitioning into outdoor season? What are some things that you're looking forward to, some goals that you have for this upcoming season?
Well, my big main lofty goal for outdoor is to run sub 14. We'll see how that goes. I didn't think I could run sub 8 this year, and yet I did, so I don't think I can run some sub 14, but the hope is still there. And then I guess just to make nationals again would be the other one.
Well, Eli, thank you for joining us on Prairie Wolf Press, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, yep.